Welcome back. Sunday, 30th of April, 6:29 UK time. This is BTCUSDT, and we are currently on the 1 hour, and we've been watching this rising wedge play out over the last few days, basically starting from the 7th of April, and it seems to be respecting this bottom line of the rising wedge, where we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 touches, 6 touches at the moment. So that definitely seems to be a strong line. If we look at if we zoom out and we look at the 1 day, now I know we do have quite a lot of lines in this area, so it's quite hard to see the price action. Let me just remove it for a moment, hide all. If I just hide all, you can see a bit better where we are with things. I have decided to add a few more support resistance lines, orange ones, for the key areas of Bitcoin, recent Bitcoin history over the last 4 years, just to help give us a guide as to where prices could be going. Have they break below or above the orange lines that I've put in? So the yellow lines are for the shorter time frames, for like the 1 hour and half an hour, 15-minute type things. So as I was saying here, if you look at this area where I've placed the line, you can see here we have a resistance, here we have a support, and then we had a bounce. Okay, now that bounce, if we open up the chart and just without any trend lines or anything, just looking at the price action, that bounce, when I say bounce, there's a bounce here and there's a resistance here. So I'll say 74.5, pretty strong area for support resistance. We had a bounce on that, and currently, like I said, we have that rising wedge, which has a higher probability of breaking to the downside. We've reached the top of it, but also this price action here is a lower high than this high. So we have another reason why we could be looking at further move to the downside, maybe temporarily, before bouncing and continuing up. But basically we have higher high here, then we have a lower high here, a lower high here, a lower high here. We have lower low, lower low. This is basically technically a downtrend at the moment. And at this key level, which is 74.5, if we have the price break below it, retest here, we will now be in, let me put my lines back, and break it. Let's just say it breaks below this orange line here, and also below this falling wedge. Now, the falling wedge has, when it's facing falling wedges, have a higher percent chance of breaking to the upside. Now, when I say higher percent chance, 70% chance that it goes to the upside. If it breaks lower, which it can do, I'll be surprised. It's got quite a lot to get through. So you've got this lower trend line here. Then you have this support resistance line. If this price was to break past all of that, and also past this key, the purple area is a zone that there has been strong buying and selling in the past. Breaks below all of that, I do believe that it may have some trouble getting back above it, because there's quite a lot to hold it there. But you never know. So anyway, like I was saying, let me just remove the position orders, high position orders. So if I open up this chart now and we go back to, so sorry, before I do that, yeah, like I was saying, price breaks below 74, we will be now in the new area. And as you can see, for 6 months, from March 2024 to November 9th 2024, the price just hung here for quite a long while before it could break above or below. So I believe that if we come into this area, it could be the same thing. And in a bigger time frame, we could be looking at a large head and shoulders, which to be honest, would be, this is the weekly chart that we're looking at. Okay, if I just remove my joins again, hide all. If I just remove my joins again, we have the shoulder here, a head here, and if it's to break below and put in price action that doesn't really get above this area and comes and breaks below this line, 55-ish, clear head and shoulders, concern for bulls, to be honest, for the bullish movements. Very likely to have the beginning of some serious down movement. So that's, just keep that in mind. So let's go back to the 1 hour where we currently are, and I'll just run you through what I've been looking at. So as you can see our wedge forming, price action wide here, narrowing. Let's put our lines back in. Okay, so now I'm going to remove the position orders. So now let's have a closer look at what's been going on a shorter time frame. So what we're looking for, basically, if we are trading within this area, is once it breaks this line, and like I was saying, opening this up, we have multiple touches, quite a lot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 touches, right? So it breaks below this line. Be looking for a short trade, meaning collecting winnings as the price goes down. Let's just kind of mark in what we would be looking at. So here, let's just say price breaks below here. Trades will be nothing less than a 1 to 5. I mean, rarely I do 1 to 5s. It's usually 2 to 1 or nothing really, but sometimes it ends up 1 to 5. So let's just kind of like look at, let's just say that the price broke out where it is, which it very much well could do, because we're kind of like, I don't know, we're about 50%. It could carry on within this pattern before coming down, but it could be early. So we'll be looking at something like this. Okay. We're currently on the 1 hour. So if this breaks below this line here, be entering the trade. Realistically, you'd want a breakout and a retest before entering the trade. If it breaks out, it could be a strong breakout where it doesn't come out and retest. So you could buy 50% on the breakout and put the other 50% in on the retest. The measured move of this pattern, where you'd be aiming to kind of take profits, this is how I would do the measured move. I'd measure the opening. I take that, put it at the breakout point, and just as it does, you just notice that it kind of happens to perfectly match up with one of the support and resistance lines. That's quite often if it was to break out at this point. And you put your stop loss here. Your take profit would be 70% of this line. You've got to remember that a lot of people are watching these patterns form. So people start taking you want to take your money before everyone starts taking their money. So, like you would basically set the stop loss for it to be into the pattern again, because if it comes back into the pattern, that's the idea of the rising wedge has basically failed. So it's best to just set the stop loss there and just say, hey, your idea did not go through as planned. So let's just say we have 70% there. Sorry, 70% of the line roughly around here. Stop loss just within the, and also the stop loss would be placed. See this last wick here? Placing the stop loss just above that, because the idea is that if it comes down, breaks down, and puts in a higher high as well, that's also could be seen as not going to go according to plan. So stop loss will be above the last high, the wick of the last high, and you take the trade. And we're literally, if I just go into the 5 minute, you can see that we've just had a bounce exactly on the support resistance line. This stuff is, I believe this is so mechanical, and due to the bots that's being used to trade. I mean, these lines, I put them in days ago, and just look how precise the price sits within these areas. Here, not so much so, because you notice that they have these breakouts and actual candle bodies do not close. Let's go to the 15 minute as well for a second, because that kind of gives you less noisy picture. Candle bodies do not close above this line, this support resistance line. So we call these fake outs, where they pump up, drag you back down. People are setting their stop loss, and mind you, people are looking for trades in between this position. So they'll be looking, once price comes up here, you're looking to short the market. So people are setting their stop losses, with take profit maybe being midway all the way down. Stop losses are hit, price action comes back down, and you're out of the trade. So that's why you see a lot of these pump-ins and then comes back into the support resistance line. So on the 15 minute, you can see that we're having another bounce here. So it may not be time to come out of this falling wedge yet. Like I said, we are, you know, we're not quite the usual 70% the way through, but because there's so much going on, we have this above trend line above, we have multiple touches on the bottom trend line. I believe it could break down earlier than the average 70%, but that's it for today. Thank you for watching, and see you on the next video.